All right, good morning. I'm here at the beach on my me and my wife's 16-year anniversary getaway, and I have been trying to figure out what kind of video to make other than just saying about how much I love my wife and how great and thankful I am to have her in my life. But I think that's about as far as I could go without being like super poetic and stuff. So I decided to try something a little bit different. Sorry, excuse me. Uh, I'm going to try. I just asked ChatGPT a question, and the ChatGPT question I said was, what are common week one symptoms of the carnivore diet? Because I am just a little over a week into the carnivore diet, and I haven't given my 1 week report. So I thought it would be cool to go through these symptoms to see and report on what have I experienced and what have I not experienced, and just kind of give a little bit of elaboration on those things to maybe help anybody that's in their first week or anticipating things in their first week. So the first thing that ChatGPT says is a symptom of the week one is fatigue slash slow energy, the carnivore flu. It says your body is losing water and electrolytes rapidly as insulin drops. Common feelings of tired, sluggish, foggy, slow to get started in the mornings. It usually peaks around day 2 to 4. And I have to say that yes, I think it was day 5 that I made a video where I was like, I don't even know, I can't think right now, so I'm just gonna read your comments and respond to them. So I can say for sure I had that. It didn't really keep me most days, but it did make me not want to like go. I just wasn't 100%, but I definitely felt it. Headaches. This is often caused by sodium dropping too low, carb withdrawal, low blood pressure from water loss. Just adding salt solves this 90% of the time. And that I feel like that's true, especially sea salt or something not your normal table salt, the iodized salt kind of thing. My brother actually was having that when he was doing the carnivore diet one time. He was feeling faint or something, and he was using salt, but he wasn't using sea salt. I don't know about all the other salts. I just stick with sea salt, but I'm not that. I don't get that fancy. I'm pretty basic. But sea salt works for me. I'm sure there's plenty of other fancy, more natural salts that people can use. But that's definitely a thing. I didn't experience any headaches. I don't know if it's because This isn't my first time doing carnivore, so maybe I've got some of the issues kind of already worked out. But that's definitely something I've heard before. Diarrhea and looser stools, especially common if you're eating fattier cuts, your gallbladder isn't used to the processing high fat, or you're switching from processed foods. This is temporary. Your digestive system adapts to using fat efficiently. So I haven't had it that much, but yes, I have had some. I know there's a video where I can't remember his name right now, but a big podcaster, Joe Rogan, where Joe Rogan talks about how he had like major diarrhea. I haven't had anything like that. I've just had here and there a little bit, but not ridiculously. It is something to watch out for, and it should be temporary. And I think everybody kind of has it. I think it also has a lot. It mentioned that part about going through switching from processed foods. When I first did the carnivore diet during my first week, I had a lot more digestive issues than I did this time, but I haven't gone as long without being carnivore than I did that time. So maybe that attributes to it or so. It says another common symptom is nausea, usually from too much fat too fast. It says your body needs time to ramp up bile production. Going straight to ribeyes and butter can overwhelm digestion initially. This fades quickly. I would say I didn't feel nausea, but I know that there's a different type of fullness that comes with eating this kind of food or eating this way. versus when you're eating a bunch of carbs. When you're eating a bunch of carbs, it almost feels like your stomach is so stretched out you can't put another thing in it. With the carnivore diet or other high-fat diet, you feel like if you take another bite, you're going to throw up. So it's like a different kind of fullness, and I actually appreciate the carnivore high-fat fullness more than I prefer the like the super stretch kind of full feeling. Cravings, especially for carbs or sweets. This is not because you need carbs, it's your dopamine system resetting from sugar. Carnivore usually, or cravings usually drop massively by day 5 and 7, or 5 to 7. All right, so I'm technically, I got a little counter on my phone that tells me where I'm at carnivore wise, and it tells me I'm on day 8. So yeah, I would say that the cravings for sweets are still not amazing yet, but I know, or like not sweets, but like carbs specifically. At the beginning, it's like you eat and you're full, but then you're like, but I still need carbs because you eat eggs. Like I eat half a dozen eggs and a pound of hamburger patties or a big steak or whatever, and it's like I'm full, but I'm not satisfied yet. Like there's still something missing. My wife, she's not doing carnivore diet, but I made dinner one night and it was just some hamburger patties and scrambled eggs, and she got full from the hamburger patties and scrambled eggs, and she couldn't eat any more. But then she went and had 3 Rice Krispie treats. Now she's not on the diet, so it's okay for her. But for me, yeah, I kind of want that stuff too. I mean, not just because I want that stuff, but whatever. But I do feel like, you know, 4 or 5 days ago, I probably would have had a harder time than I do now. The cravings are starting to go away. Trouble sleeping. Your nervous system is adjusting to lower glucose. Oh, I'm sorry, I emphasized the two wrong. Your nervous system is adjusting to lower glucose availability, early hormonal shifts, electrolyte imbalances. This improves fast once electrolytes stabilize, getting your salts and sodiums and stuff. I don't know if I had trouble sleeping. Maybe I stayed awake a little bit more, or maybe I woke up earlier. I'm not sure. I usually go to bed around like 10, 11 o'clock, and then I'm up about 4:30, 5 o'clock. And so nothing really changed for me here, but maybe it's because I already knew that I needed to get the sodium in, and I was already prepped for doing that. I don't know. Maybe. I didn't really feel much. Irritability and mood swings. Not psychological, biochemical. Your brain is used to quick hit glucose rewards. As ketones rise, mood stabilizes and usually gets better than before. I don't know if I've had mood swings or not. Maybe. I'd have to ask my wife about that. She would probably be the better person. She hasn't mentioned it to me. She hasn't been like, oh, I hate when you're on your diet or whatever. She hasn't said anything like that. But I usually keep most of that stuff in anyways, so maybe it's a little bit harder to see with me. By the way, I know the lighting is a little bit different than my normal videos, but like I said earlier, we're away and I don't have my normal setup, so I'm kind of in the dark. So, sorry. Okay. Where are we at? Number 8. Increased urination. It says you flush water rapidly without carbs holding glycogen. This is why you must add extra salt. I'm still emphasizing things wrong. I've told y'all in the past, I'm not a great reader. Okay, so you flush water rapidly without carbs holding glycogen. This is why you must add extra salt. Okay, so am I having increased urination? I would say the first couple of days probably, because it was like flushing out the water, but then as I started adding, or I was getting used to having more salt in my life. I don't really have that anymore. I mean, I don't know. I didn't really experience that much. Here is a category of less common, but still normal symptoms. bad breath. It's the keto breath. I have, over the years that I've done keto or carnivore, experienced this, and the only person to ever tell me I had bad breath was my wife. And she's so kind to tell me that I have bad breath. She doesn't always tell me in the most gentle way, but she'll tell me. It's temporary. It means you're switching to fat burning. So it's a good sign if you're having it. It's not a bad thing. And it won't last forever. But I think it does last more than just a couple of hours. It's a couple of days. Muscle cramps. And by the way, if you are having bad breath, brushing your teeth and stuff, it's not going to really help that much because it's more in your stomach. It's like coming out of your breath and you're breathing it in your stomach or something. There's somewhere it's coming from. It's not specifically from your mouth. But having a mint or something like that might help kind of mask it a little bit. And if you're having a sugar-free mint, it's not that big of a deal. It's not going to throw you off that much, noticeably at all. Another thing, muscle cramps. It says almost always a sodium/magnesium issue. I have not. I mean, the other day I might have had a cramp in my toe. My big toe was curling, and it gave me a little bit of a cramp. And me and my son were laughing about it. So, yeah, maybe a little bit more magnesium in my life. I have to figure out how to get more magnesium without supplementing. But I think I'm getting plenty of sodium. But we'll see. Dizziness when standing. Low sodium plus low blood pressure is easily fixed. Obviously, you need more sodium in your life, and you'll have that. That's what I was talking about with my brother. He was feeling faint. He thought he could hear his heart beating. It was just like a thing that he was going through. And as soon as he got the good sodium into his body, he was good to go. Emotional detox. Some people feel reflective or emotional as dopamine stabilizes. This is good. It means your brain chemistry is evening out. Okay. I haven't felt emotional, but maybe other people are feeling that. So that gives you, I guess that's a list of 12 symptoms. Some that are very likely, and some that are common, or less common, but still normal. And let's see what else ChatGPT says as I ask this question. It says, how long does the 1 week stuff last? Typically, minor symptoms, 3 to 5 days. Moderate symptoms, 5 to 10 days. And by day 10 to 14, energy increases, cravings disappear, mood improves, and digestion stabilizes. So many people report feeling significantly better than before by week 2 or 3. So if you're on week 1 and you're still struggling, hold out. By week 3, things should be pretty good. The fix for almost all week 1 symptoms, the number one cause of problems is electrolyte imbalance. Do this. Add 1 to 2 tablespoons of salt per day. I'm sorry, I misread that. Teaspoons, not tablespoons. So you lose tons of sodium when insulin drops. All right, and it says drink water when thirsty. Don't force it. Drinking too much dilutes your electrolytes. Consider magnesium at night. It helps with sleep, cramps, and digestion. And then eat simple foods, beef plus eggs. Too much fat early equals diarrhea, so maybe not. I've had some bacon. I didn't have a lot of bacon. I only had like 4 strips of bacon. I'm going to have some bacon a day, though. I'm going to make some breakfast, and I got a couple of little steaks. I got some eggs, and I got some bacon. I want to make it all up this morning for me and my wife soon. Avoid dairy for now. Many people get bloated or have digestive issues. I'm avoiding dairy not specifically because of symptoms, but because I think it adds more calories than I really need, and it makes me want to eat more just because the taste is just so good. So I'm not putting cheese and stuff on things. I'm waiting until I get to a more ideal weight before I bring that stuff back in. Even my coffee, there's no cream in here. Avoid, oh, I already said avoid dairy. Don't worry about calories. Now, you're not overeating meat. Fat loss begins automatically. So I did just say I don't want to have dairy because of the calories, but I think if you're eating beef, butter, bacon, and eggs, the BBB&E diet, you're probably good. If you just eat meat and eggs, you're probably good. I use butter to help with cooking the eggs. That's about as far as I go. But let's see what it's got a little bit more here. It says big picture. Week 1 feels weird because the entire metabolism is switching fuel systems. You're not doing anything wrong. Nothing is broken. Your body is simply lowering insulin, burning stored glycogen, eliminating water, switching to fat, recalibrating electrolytes, resetting dopamine, increasing hormonal functions. Week 1 can feel strange, but week 2 to 4 you start feeling like a completely different person. So that's that. I'm interested if how your symptoms are going based on this list that I just went through with you and explained mine. Excuse that, I just hit the microphone. Yeah, if you're in your first week or you remember your first week and all of these symptoms, fill me in the comments. Also, I'm doing a lot of different videos talking about many different things. Yesterday I talked about how I went bald. The day before that I talked about my business and how I'm avoiding sales calls, and every day I'm talking about something different, but I think something consistent that I'll be talking about for a little bit is the carnivore diet. But if you're down for a morning chat about some random stuff, come subscribe and hang out for the next video. So I'll talk to you soon. Take care.